A Year of Misrule. This editorial reviews the outcomes of the PMLN's year in power. As the PMLN setup marks 1 year in power today, I review its outcomes via a detailed framework that I have used for several past setups. Setup means a government formation or arrangement. Framework means a structured method for evaluation. This sentence means the writer is reviewing the performance of the current PMLN government using his established evaluation method. It says the quality of an administration's outcomes depends on the quality of its strategies, which in turn depends on the quality of its team. Outcomes means results or achievements. Strategies means plans of action. Team means the group of people running the government. This sentence means that good results stem from good plans, which come from a strong team. The outcomes occur in 5 domains: economic, political, social, security, and external. And functions: legislation, policy, projects, services, and institutional reform. Domains mean spheres or areas. Functions means roles or activities. This sentence means that government performance is measured across multiple areas and activities. Just by looking at the team, one can predict early how the governing setup will do in 5 years. Governing setup means the current government formation. This sentence means that the quality of the team indicates future performance. Looking at its weak team last year, I had said that the PMLN will do poorly. A year has validated this view. Weak means lacking strength or capability. This sentence means that the previous poor team performance predicted current failures. I focus on the federal setup. Federal setup means the central government system. This sentence means the writer concentrates on the national government. Politically, the year has been our annus horribilis since 1947 for a civilian setup. Annus horribilis is a Latin phrase meaning a horrible year. This sentence means that politically, this year has been the worst for a civilian government since 1947. Coming to power via rigged polls with the help of the establishment, the current setup has unleashed an assault on key institutions, causing more damage in just 1 year than others did in a full term. Rigged polls means manipulated elections. Establishment means the entrenched ruling powers. Unleashed an assault is an idiomatic expression meaning launched an attack. This sentence means that by coming to power through unfair means, the government has severely damaged key institutions in 1 year. This includes dubious legislative tweaks like the 26th and Peck Amendments, disruption of social media, and abuses against opposition groups like the PTI, PTM, and BYC. Dubious means questionable. Legislative tweaks means minor changes to laws. Amendments are modifications. Disruption means interference. This sentence means that questionable law changes, social media interference, and mistreatment of opposition groups have occurred. The aim seemingly is to deliver the real power wielders a docile setup in society based on a misplaced view that this will deliver progress. Power wielders means those in control. Docile is an idiomatic term meaning compliant or easily managed. Misplaced view means an incorrect belief. This sentence means the objective is to create an easily controlled government and society mistakenly believed to ensure progress. The poor outcomes belie the view. Belie is a verb meaning to contradict. This sentence means that disappointing results contradict that optimistic belief. Economically, progress means economic stability, durable growth, equity, and sustainability. Progress means improvement. Economic stability means steady financial conditions. Durable growth means long-term expansion. Equity means fairness. Sustainability means lasting viability. This sentence means real economic progress requires stability, long-term growth, fairness, and enduring performance. So far, we have only regained economic stability after the 2022 crisis, with low inflation and higher dollar reserves. Inflation means rising prices. Dollar reserves mean foreign currency holdings. This sentence means that, after 2022, Pakistan has achieved basic stability, but little more. But past regimes, too, gave us similar stability. Regaining economic stability after a crisis is not difficult. This sentence means that many governments have achieved mere stability after crises. Under IMF-led reforms, it can be achieved via administrative fiat in a few months. Administrative fiat means an authoritative command. This sentence means that IMF reforms can force stability quickly. The state bank chief ups interest rates and devalues the rupee. Ups is a phrasal verb meaning increases. Devalues means reduces the currency's worth. This sentence means monetary authorities use rate hikes and devaluation to manage stability. The finance guru cuts development outlays, UPS import tariffs, and begs and borrows from Gulf countries and China. Development outlays mean public spending. Import tariffs are taxes on imports. This sentence means fiscal measures are taken to shrink deficits, though growth suffers. All this shrinks the twin deficits to contain the crisis. However, it also cuts growth and enhances the misery of the poor. Twin deficits refer to the fiscal and current account deficits. This sentence means such measures reduce deficits, but also harm economic growth and worsen poverty. Reforms have largely stalled under the current setup. Stalled means halted. This sentence means that deep economic changes are not progressing. Durable growth comes from deep reforms in 6 state units: the energy sector, subsidies, tax and tariff realms, and the bureaucracy, as well as developing a creative vision for a pro-poor economy to increase investment, productivity, sectoral growth, and exports. Durable growth means long-term expansion. Deep reforms means substantial changes. 6 state units means failing government enterprises. Pro-poor economy means one that benefits the disadvantaged. This sentence means lasting growth requires major reforms and a forward-looking, inclusive economic vision. Thus, higher-level progress goals require different tasks and skill sets than those linked to economic stability. This sentence means that advanced economic targets demand different capabilities than mere stability. If a setup achieves the latter, it doesn't mean it can also achieve the former. This sentence means stability does not guarantee long-term growth. Like past administrations, the PMLN is failing to achieve durable growth. This sentence means the current government is not promoting lasting economic expansion. Reforms have largely stalled and its vision is limited to distributing patronage-driven services such as different cards and laptops, which will only increase the fiscal deficit and not ignite equitable or durable growth. Patronage-driven services means benefits given as political favors. Fiscal deficit means the shortfall between government revenue and spending. This sentence means the government's approach is superficial and harmful to long-term growth. As Khurram Hussain noted astutely on these pages, it may have already achieved peak stability and things may go downhill now given the lack of reforms. Peak stability means the highest level of stability reached. This sentence means that while stability is achieved, without reforms, conditions may worsen. The same is true externally. Ties have improved a bit with China, the US, and the Gulf states, but haven't gone beyond that. Ties mean relationships. This sentence means external relationships have seen only modest gains. So while loans have been rolled over, we have yet to see the inflow of the billions the setup was hoping for, which would have allowed it to defer serious reforms by loosening the current account binding constraint. Rolled over means extended. Inflow means incoming funds. Current account binding constraint means limits on international payments. This sentence means the government has not received the hoped-for funds that could postpone reforms. Security tensions persist with India and Afghanistan as both refuse to play ball. Refuse to play ball is an idiomatic expression meaning to not cooperate. This sentence means conflicts with India and Afghanistan continue. Overall, too, the security status remains fragile, and groups like the BLA and TTP have launched several attacks. Fragile means easily broken. BLA and TTP are names of militant groups. This sentence means security remains weak with frequent attacks. Parashanar is the latest flashpoint. Flashpoint means a critical or volatile area. This sentence means Parashanar is a recent hotspot of conflict. Despite threats, attacks, and visits, The Afghan Taliban have so far not stopped the TTP from operating from its soil. This sentence means that despite various challenges, the TTP continues its operations. As with the economic and external situation, the PMLN and its patrons remain clueless on how to improve things. Clueless means lacking knowledge. This sentence means the government shows little understanding of necessary improvements. Finally, there have been no major initiatives in the social sector. This sentence means there has been little progress in social development. So the status is practically the same in all domains plateaus, with no chances of major gains soon, given the lack of team capacity. Plateaus is a metaphor for stagnation. This sentence means the overall performance is stagnant due to weak leadership. The size of the cabinet has doubled, but not its capacities, as new appointees are seen by many to be inept political choices. Capacities refer to abilities. Inept means incompetent. This sentence means that even though the cabinet has grown, its effectiveness has not. Neither the PMLN nor the establishment seem to want deep economic change, as it may unfurl major political and social changes in society that they can't control, leading to their political demise. Unfurl means to unfold, or a metaphor. This sentence means both the government and its backers fear significant change may threaten their power. So their aim is to crush societal dissent and feverishly look for funds from big states that will allow them to postpone reforms as long as possible and maintain their political fiat. Crush means to suppress. Feverishly means with great urgency. Political fiat means absolute authority. This sentence means they aim to suppress opposition and secure external funds to delay reforms. But this strategy may not work for much longer. This sentence means the current approach is unsustainable. So if our rulers don't wake up soon, we may be headed towards economic and security chaos. This sentence means failure to change may lead to severe instability. The writer is a political economist with a PhD from the University of California, Berkeley, and has senior-level work experience across 50 countries, or murtazaniaz@yahoo.com. X at Niaz Murtaza 2, published in Dawn, March 4, 2020.